The bit at the bottom is my story that I wrote. It's called Life Lessons for Overcoming Adversity. Well, it's called Stepping Stones in the Mist. The subheading is Life Lessons for Overcoming Adversity, because at the end of each chapter, it's an autobiography, and at the end of each chapter there are the life lessons. I distill some of the life lessons that life gifted me through the challenges that I went through. It begins when I was 18. I didn't want it to be about what happened when I was a kid. I wanted it to be about when life began to empower me, and when the choices that I made would determine what my future would be. It was also an experiment in vulnerability. The most common feedback is, apart from, of course, I couldn't put it down, is always, you're extremely honest, and they're a bit shocked. And that was my intention, because I believe that when we are vulnerable and when we reveal all of who we are and the mistakes that we've made and the things that perhaps I'm pretty ashamed of and the things that I wish I'd done differently, it gives other people permission to have made mistakes and to be flawed as well. Because that's what it is to be human. We're all flawed. We've all done crazy things. And the other feedback that I get all the time from it is I could so relate to it. And that's been fascinating for me, because it's given me that information that actually we're all leading different versions of the same story. We all have the same emotions triggered by different events, whether it's bereavement or death or illness or homelessness or addiction or whatever it is. We are all experiencing the same pain, we all experience the same joy. There are just different triggers that happen in life. So the book is one of empowerment, and it's to inspire and just basically say there's nothing special about me, but if I could get from where I was there to where I am now, who says that you can't? I've had quite a few young people say I don't read books, and I've got them to read the first bit and they've said that's the first book I've ever read, and I really enjoyed it. So that's a little plug on the book. I do privately one-to-one coaching sessions, face-to-face or online via Skype. I prefer face-to-face, obviously, but Skype actually works really well, and particularly with young people, because they're so sort of comfortable with the whole sort of computer thing. I offer training for youth organisations around challenging behaviour, and youth coaching, youth coaching can be, just a little snippet, an afternoon, or it can be a 4-day course if people really want to integrate and want to make it into a workshop and integrate those coaching skills. And I do quite a lot of speaking in schools, colleges, universities, essentially around my story. Usually I speak more around my story about what happened and so on, but it can be angled to different places. It can be angled to bring out the resilience aspect. It can be angled towards it's not so much about what happens, but how we respond. So I think that's quite enough from me. Thank you very much for your attention.